once more into the breach of figuring out what this character is supposed to look like. Legs are cool. Legs don't get enough credit. Legs are huge. Just like in comparison to the rest of your body. I talked about gravity before. You can kind of tell the gravity's wonky on this. That head still looks too small. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be an artist, Brendan. Something's off here. I think I made the leg too big. Oh. Legs are huge, but again, Melinoe is kind of like this triangle, right? She's a top-down triangle, so we want the legs to kind of narrow out. Also realizing now that my arms are too short. Just kind of want that groin line to come in line with the wrist, and it's not. So I need to make her arm bigger. And again, which kind of suits my desire to have her be top heavy. So we forget about her leg for a minute. There's this other trap you fall into. And I talked about the want to on my Tomie series. A lot of times with something that you admire as much as I admire the art on Hades, you get this. You get stuck in this headspace where your drawing looks different from the official art that you love so much, and so you're like, well, it's not good. It doesn't look the same. But it's not going to look the same because you are your own person. Everybody is their own person, and yes, there's a certain satisfaction that would come with doing a one-to-one duplicate. But if you're going to do a one-to-one duplicate, why would you draw it in the first place, right? You want it to have your own spin. You want it to have your own flavor. So maybe that's what I need to focus a little bit more on here. Is making it look like a drawing that I made. And not just a duplicate of the work of the fine folks at Supergiant Games. So the first thing that we do to make it a Brendan Albetsky drawing is pump up the hair, man. She got that hair. All right. I'm not drawing in the costume yet, but I'm kind of drawing in suggestions of where the costume is going to be. Because it helps me figure stuff out. So she's wearing like this big collar and her dress, I guess, garment, tunic is attached to that at the top. And then she's got this big wide belt in the middle. I love her belt. It's so cool. Big wide belt in the middle. And then the folds on this are awesome. This is such a cool character. if I could just capture a fraction of what a cool silhouette she cuts, I'll be happy. Because really, it's like that hip goes way out wide and curves right back into the leg. And she's kind of 3/4 turned here, so it's, I'm not going to get the full other leg. But she's also got like one of these impossible skirts that is like a real life human could not. I mean, you could wear it. It seems like it would be really easy to wear, but might want to wear shorts with it. Somewhere with this. Just have some difficulty kind of figuring out the joint between the hip and the leg. She's got like this impossibly short dress. And I'm not gonna be able to get it exactly like the drawing, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Actually, I'm not gonna draw it at all yet. I'm gonna figure out what her dang legs look like, and then we'll figure out how that goes in. Hey, like, yeah, here we go. Like I said, sometimes you just hit upon a line and you're like, yeah, that's it. Is that it? I'm becoming leg obsessed. To be on the shoulder. It's funny because it's like you want it's almost like the parts that you don't want people to notice, you have to make sure you do an extra good job on because you need them to fade into the background. I think mine's gonna end up being a little less hippie than the official art. So I'm trying to kind of accentuate the strength of the shoulders. What I'm doing here is kind of foreshortening, but not really. Because I didn't shorten it at all. figure out this dang tunic. Okay, that's pretty good. Good enough for now. I'm gonna try to take my own advice from the paneling videos and make sure that I spend a long time getting the pencil correct. This first pass is starting to get to a point where I'm like, hey, we got a drawing here. I've got roughly all the parts where I want them to go. I've got roughly the figure composition that I want. I don't know what we're going to do for background elements. We're almost definitely not going to be drawing her legs in full. Because look, we could do... yeah. I don't like to shy away from drawing feet and hands. But there's another side to that, which is you're too eager to draw feet and hands, and it's like, well, I have to draw the whole figure with the feet and the hands so they know that I can. And then you just kind of end up with a bunch of really kind of static looking shots where you just see feet and hands, because it's like, oh, I want to make sure that, that I can draw feet and hands. It's like, okay, just get over yourself. I'm talking to myself right here. I speak in the second person a lot because it's easier for me to deliver myself bad news when I act like I'm lecturing somebody. So oftentimes when I say you do this and you do that, I'm secretly mean that this is bad stuff that I do, and I'm lecturing myself. I've got her doing one of these. What if I wanted her to do one of these? It's time to start thinking about the costume a little more. Glancing over at my reference image. Said I love this belt. Super cool. Such a cool lady. We're actually going to have something that resembles a rough sketch at the end of today's episode. I'm in awe. Hearts, stars, and horseshoes. Mostly silver moons. That's the theme we've got here. Seriously, it's mostly silver moons. Silver is cool, though. Y'all know I love the moon. Got some real sweet leg armor on this leg, and it's a shame that we are barely going to see it. Ah well, c'est la vie. Got like this braided thing around her thigh here. We'll come back and draw the cloth on that correctly later. And some other band there. Cool. Sweet. Neck thing, whatever you want to call it. And she's got the Hades symbol there that we'll figure that out later. More moons. Oh yeah. Cool shoulder armor. Sometimes this is the part of the sketch process where I get really excited about like particular elements. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm drawing all this really in thumbnail. I do that sometimes. But like start to tap in some of the details and you're just like, oh, it's so cool. Alright, we may have encountered a problem with the arm, that it's needs to be straight and it's not. Which is cool. We're at the sketch stage. We fix it. We do it. We fix it. Even if you're not at the sketch stage, you can fix it. You can always fix it. If you see something wrong, you can fix it. You don't have to live with it. You can just fix it. And look, it's like there's always going to be that desire, that secret, hidden desire to live with a mistake and just let it go. Sometimes that's valuable, but a lot of the time it's like, you can fix it. We're early days here, you can just fix it. And I'm going to leave up all these episodes with all my process and all my mistakes and all of my hemming and hawing and trying to figure this stuff out, because I want to. One of my goals as an artist in general is to demystify the process of art. I was just starting to get a little bit of name recognition and work recognition on my stuff when the craze of AI started, and that was like the number one argument for AI was like, finally the artists that were born with talent can't gatekeep art anymore. Now it's for all of us. It's like art has literally always been for all of us. There is no mystery, there is no secret gatekeeping. Anybody who acts like that is in love with their own mystique. This is a dirty, gritty, manual labor process, and there's nothing for it other than to get down into the trenches and pick up a pen or a pencil in whatever appendage you have available and get to work. That's all there is to it. So that's why I want to show you my whole process here. Even the parts where I'm going back and forth and muddling around, figuring this crap out, because I know that somebody who's self-taught, that was a hard thing for me to break through. And if I can make it a little bit easier for somebody to say, hey, okay, this is just how the process works sometimes, and break through that and feel like they're headed in a direction even when they're really frustrated and the stuff that's coming out of the pen is not the stuff that's up here. That's what I'm trying to do here. So, hey, we're going to cut it off here today, and we've got a little bit closer to what we're going for. So that's kind of the incremental thing, right? Every time we get a little bit closer, a little bit closer. I'm going to save just to make sure that we get a little bit closer and not have to start this thing over. And we'll see you next time, all right?